Two of the best programs in the history of this sport clash in a pivotal SEC series. It's the Florida Gators and the Alabama Crimson Tide in a top 20 matchup. It always brings the drama and the excitement, a rematch from the World Series a year ago. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, two-time All-American Alicia Ocasio. I'm Kyle Crook. So glad that you can join us as we get set to start a new weekend in the SEC. Alicia, Bama, Florida.
The walk-off home run is, I think, leaving the softball world in shambles.
That's lined off the glove of Cahalan into left field, base hit. So look out here. Vandegrift most likely will look to take off. And one of the great matchups within, and there's Erickson, that matchup. Runner takes off, throw down, right on target, but dropped by Comia. Number 47, as Vandegrift continues to move up the all-time throck. So that's the last 12 innings, 15 earned runs, 8 walks to 11 strikeouts, has hit 6 batters. And a big early payoff, just low. So a single and a full count walk here to Hevlin.
It's our collection.
Brings it now, Brooke Elstad, lays down a bunt, Cahalan charges in. Williams late to cover, it's thrown away. This could bring in 2 as Vandegrift scores. Coming around third is Hevlin, and the throw is cut off. 2 runs are in as that throw went errant. Williams was late to cover at first, and
the bases, and granted, Vandegrift with a great hit. Got to be able to get that runner out at second, a walk, and then a great bunt by Elstad here. A few miscues on defense, allowing Alabama to take full advantage of the Florida Gators.
And you look at these fielding percentage, not as good as we've seen in years past. That caught a piece of Dukeshire on the armor. So 7th hit by pitch for Rothrock in conference play, and it's now 1st and 2nd, still nobody out.
Challenging that.
Brings it now Riley Valentine. That stays fair. Williams again late to cover. Had to go basket style to make the catch. And Valentine, her 3rd successful sacrifice. A little bit. 969 fielding percentage for the Gators this year. Just 7th in the league. That's line past Walsh into right field. That'll bring in 1. They'll hold up Dutcher at 3rd. On the throw, thinking about heading towards 2nd is Giles, but stays put. With a ribby single in the tie. Take a 3-0 lead here in the 1st.
Giles just another pitch left over the heart of the plate, and she just drives it Oppo Taco in the 3-4 hole. Alabama's looking really comfortable in this first inning, making it look easy, putting some numbers on the board. And
from last year, they had their worst team batting average in program history. A season that they still went to the World Series for a 2nd straight year. Johnson flares this over 3rd. That'll drop down for a base hit. Coming in to scores, Dukeshire, 1st to 3rd. Giles, the throw is late. It is now 4-0 Alabama.
We talked about Alabama just being extremely comfortable, seeing Rothrock really well. And you know this because she took a pitch on the inner part of the plate, almost on the chalk, and drove it to the left field foul line, going against her scouting report.
Super regional, and Alabama can certainly play themselves into that mix. That hits Hawkins with first base open. Gators don't have anybody getting warm in that pitching lab, so that's the...
I almost looked at it as a blessing in disguise.
White slaps this in the air in a foul ground. Does Giles tag? Otis makes the catch, good throw. That'll hold Giles at 3rd.
Vandegrift has been a huge part in those numbers jumping this year.
A 1-1 is lined past Cahalan all the way to the corner. 1 run scores, 2 are in as the throw is cut off and the base is clear as Hawkins also comes in to score.
Vandegrift just keeping the ball rolling. Another pitch left over the heart of the plate. Took this Oppo almost just like she did last at bat. Clears the bases. I mean, if I'm an Alabama Crimson Tide, I'm just elated. I feel like this is the time, or maybe a little late, to pull Rothrock, in my opinion. I understand leaving your ace in to try to get some of those kinks out. Sometimes not everything goes your way. Sometimes you're going to have bad games.
Nice backhanded pick by Walsh, and that brings it in here to the first inning. You could not.
7-0, you got to be able to pass the bat. It's not about hitting a 7-run home run, but just about getting on base and having good at-bats and giving your team a chance like Kendra Falby just did.
Well, that's a start. Full count walk to Kendra Falby, who's now reached in every. This one gets away. We'll go to the backstop as Falby will take an extra 60 feet. Having reached now in all 47 games for Falby.
All 7 innings, but if Alabama does get one more, it puts them in run rule territory.
Well, a wild pitch now puts Falby at third. It's not the best start here for Jocelyn Brisky. As the home fans try to find something to cheer about here after that impassioned speech we showed you coming.
Making that one the 12th, so that's definitely something I know the Gators are going to try to take full advantage of to advance a base or two.
Payoff is jammed on the handle over to third. Elstead fires across to get Erickson with the opening out. Left. 61 ribbies this year. A 2-2 is a high chopper to second base. That'll bring in a run as Hevelin will go to first. The Gators are on the board here in the opening frame. RBI for Shoemaker, so adds to that Florida record. Now 62 ribbies for SEC Player of the Year. High bouncer off the glove of Brisky, trickles towards Hawkins, one hop in time. The old 1-6-3 to first base, and Otis is retired. Gators do get one back in the inning.
Going full send that first inning and getting the job done.
Abby Dukeshire leads off. This gets popped up. Olivia Miller says, I'll do it myself for out number 1. 12 batters to the plate in that inning. I just want to get your thought.
But I think as a pitcher, as a team, as a player, you just got to be good enough.
Loop to right field for a base hit as Valentine is on.
And I think with the injury, sometimes that could stunt that mental growth that you might experience a little bit. But Keegan Rothrock has proved herself.
Check swing roller, Miller outside the circle. Nice twirl and fire to Walsh. Athletic play from Olivia Miller to get the out. An excuse me swing there from Marley Childs, her freshman year. Hoisted in the air, short right field, Shoemaker. Long run makes the catch and the inning is over. So nice bounce back inning for Gator pitching as Miller works around a 1-out single. Gators back to the plate. New return of Fouts. Some of the all-time great pitchers on either side. Mia Williams leading off this frame for the Gators, goes down on strike. So Brisky a much better start to this inning after she had some command issues in the first.
3 in that World Series game.
Halen grounds this on one bound to Hawkins. Easy play for out number 2.
Said if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah. Halen also an Alabama kid, Trussville, Alabama. Take a look at Walsh's numbers. One of 5 players on this Gator team with at least 10 home runs. A 1-0 is line right back to Brisky, makes the catch, so bounces back after giving up a run in that first.
Talk life into them has been a key point for her and the staff.
Salem Hawkins flies out to right for the opening out here in the top of the 3rd inning. As Olivia Miller goes back to work, 8, 9, and 1 due up here for the Crimson Tide.
Such talent who not only hasn't been removed for a long time, but they've been broadcasters for years. So they've only learned more with the rule changes, with the culture. Her ability to stay calm and be able to see the ball a little bit better.
Waits on the off speed right to Williams, and a 1-2-3 inning for Olivia Miller, who has steadied down this game, exactly what the Gators needed. But it's all Alabama. 0-2 count here to Gabby Camilla, getting the start at shortstop tonight. Hoists this into a vacant gap in left center field. That'll dunk down for a base hit, cut off by Vandegrift. As Camilla, unique role. 1-2. Inside out jam job towards first as Dukeshire steps on the bag. Camilla moves up 60 feet.
And you'll see that quite often. You Brisky, who's throwing gas.
That only trails Kelsey Stewart, all-time in Florida history. Here at a 2-2, lines this back to Brisky, drops it, second effort, throws it wide with the speed of Falvey. That trickles towards the sidewall that might have got trapped over there, and that'll eliminate the possibility of a run scoring.
Because she just has so many different tools. You see Brisky here miss throwing this ball. It just gets, almost looks like it went into the dugout or got stuck behind a mat. That allowed Comia to come in and score.
Yeah, because brings in now Jocelyn Erickson as the Gators try to chip away. High bouncer to the right side. Nice snag on the shortstop, on the short hop from Hevelin on to first, and Falvey down to third. The offering. Bouncer. Dukeshire's got it, steps on first, inning over. The Gators do get a hit in the frame from Gabby Comia, their second.
Has came back in.
Off the end of the bat to Williams, one away.
I say back in, but relieved Rothrock. Again, a different look from the left side. Doesn't throw as hard as Rothrock, but she's...
With Keegan Rothrock being gone for a month, there's been an ability to grow that depth. This is line right to Comia, makes the catch for out number 2. He's hit 7 home runs. The next tour. Rolls this over to Cahalan. Former member of the Alabama Crimson Tide tosses out Dukeshire for the final out of the frame as Olivia Miller has for decades as head coach. Slow bouncer up near the first base line, and Dukeshire will tag out Otis for out number 1. Both these teams reloading after last season with big needs, although they got to the final destination in OKC. Williams chases up the ladder. Brisky now has gotten into a groove.
Making it look easy.
Cahalan jolts this in the air to left. Vandegrift over towards the corner. And the Gators go down quickly and quietly in that bottom of the 4th inning as Brisky throws up her second 0. Comes set on a payoff. Valentine scorches this right center field, tailing past Falvey to the wall. Riley Valentine scoots in a second and slides in with a double. Leadoff 2-bagger, 2 hits now for the Alabama catcher. RBI single in the first. This gets away from Erickson. Not sure if there was a cross-up. So Valentine heads down to runner at third, nobody out. A 2-2, does this get the job done? Fairly shallow, runners already off the bag, so Valentine will not tag up. Not deep enough to get in a run.
She got off the base just in case Falvey missed it.
Off the handle, Miller looks back the runner, so now the Gators can move back that infield a touch, play relaxed with 2 outs in the inning. And Olivia Miller trying
with the count now that she has a little bit more leverage with 0-2.
This one hit Hawkins. And that might have been best case scenario, because if that gets past the last 2 series here in Gainesville, 2022, 2019, can they do it again in 2025? Bouncing ball, Miller does it herself again, into and out of trouble for number 13. That leadoff double fails to bloom, and the sophomore.
And facing Oklahoma, this pitching staff has just been phenomenal.
Walsh flares his short left field, drops in for a base hit, as Hawkins could not make the catch. And can jolt you moving forward. Runner takes off, throw down. Nice backup from Hevelin. Runner now in scoring position after a leadoff single from Walsh. Rolled over, stays fair. Dukeshire tags out the runner. Shaw heads down to third.
A productive at bat by Comia.
Hot shot off Hawkins. That'll bring in a run as Shaw scores. Holtorf comes through, and the Gators get one more back, now 7-3.
Holtorf staying the course, getting that foot down on time, and a hot shot, like you said, to Hawkins, not able to handle that ball.
And that's also with the infield playing in.
Leader in hits on this team.
Well, it's a payoff, and that's taken high. 2 on, 1 out. And now Jocelyn Erickson looking for her first hit of the Riley. Spent her entire career up until this at Ole Miss. Erickson swings through it. How about that for Riley? Comes out of the pen, gets a giant strikeout for out, and a 3-0 count. Well, green light it is. To second base, inning over. How about that? Taylor Shoemaker swings away on 3-0, down 4 runs. As Alabama looks to add to their 4-run lead through 5, top of their lineup. Olivia Miller hit the zone tonight. No question about that. Just under 60 pitches. Everything the Gators needed. As this will be a 4-pitch walk here to Vandegrift, and you'd have to think she will take off. It's 4 hits and 9 ABs. Payoff pitch, slapped on the ground. This could be 2. There's 1. Relay from Comia, just a little bit late. Comia with everything she had.
Really bang play.
Yeah,
Looked like Hevelin was safe in real time.
Yep, that's
that
safe.
play is under further review.
Send this to Birmingham. This should be rather quick.
The call on the field is upheld. The runner is safe. This is Florida's first challenge.
Bouncer back to Hammock. Goes to second for 1. Do the Gators get that DP? They do. Goes 1-6-3 for the double. Jefferson County High School football. Here's a payoff. That's low. Leadoff walk. Ricordiotis, who leads the Gators in that number this year.
Neil Williams up to bat.
Williams' first pitch hack to second for 1. Turn to first. That's not in time. All started by Elstad at third. Got the leadoff runner, so first pitch hack. Only she could probably describe what's going through her mind. Softly lines this. Nice catch on the line. Hevelin throws to first for the double play, so the leadoff walk. Nothing to it for the orange and blue. A double play. That the 26th of the season for the Crimson Tide. That ties a program record.
I think the announcers did a really good job of trying to also cover the rules at the same time. They got took back to the committee.
So after all that, Dukeshire goes down on strikes. Payoff pitch. Grounded up the middle. Comia to her left in rhythm. 2 outs. If you're looking ahead for the Gators in the bottom of the 7th.
Scout for certain pitchers, but
How about Kara Hammock? 2 Ks for Kara in the frame. The Gators starting with Reagan Walsh. 7, 8, and 9, a chance. Riley comes set and fires. Sharply hit right to Hawkins. On to first, 1 away.
and hard she's gonna stay in place or break.
Brown comes off the bench and rips one into the gap. Ava Brown going for 2, a late turn, the relay. There's a pulse for the orange and blue. Comes off the bat of Ava Brown.
From Riley.
The team captain bounces this along third. That's a fair ball. The throw with a collision is in time. Dukeshire made an acrobatic catch with the runner coming down the line. That was a fair ball. Falby, second base. That's booted by Hevelin into center. Gators stay alive. Run comes in. It's now 7-4.
You don't have to be good to get Hevelin to make an error. She just swings at this pitch middle in, and Hevelin, that bounce, she just couldn't handle. Kendra hitting and allowing another Gator run to come in. And
well, Jocelyn Erickson gets hit, and Alicia, the tying run, comes to the plate. Now Patrick Murphy's going to say that Jocelyn Erickson might have. Riley is set. And the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This is playable. Vandegrift comes in, makes the catch, and Bama takes game 1 of this series. Riley digs deep, gets the final 3 outs in the 7th, and after a 7-run first, it's the Tide who hang on. They go for a series win tomorrow.
And Alabama with 6 hits, 7 runs in the first. Florida just cannot close that deficit. Does get 4, but a phenomenal job by the Alabama Crimson Tide using that momentum from the OU series and continue to keep it rolling, pun intended.
So the dominance for the Tide in this ballpark continues. We'll have game 2 of this series tomorrow. 6